It's time we back it on up and take it from the top on these 5 event management tips for beginners. Welcome to the Elevate Experiences YouTube channel, where we share tips and best practices for your next event. These 5 tips are must-knows in the event management industry, and they're principles that can turn an otherwise stale event into a remarkable experience. Now be sure to subscribe to our channel to stay up to date as we share even more tips for you as you dive into the event planning process. Let's get started with tip number 1, confirm the guest list first. Many times people try to choose a location for an event and then they're stressed down the road when realizing the location didn't fit the number of people that you had coming to your event. Instead, when planning, make sure you have your guest list beforehand, and that will determine the size of the event, not the other way around. So aside from weddings, a location shouldn't determine the guest list, but instead, the guest list should help decide the location. Once you know the number of people you'll have in attendance, you can move on to additional details of your event. This will help you avoid unnecessary stress later. Trust me, I know. Now, tip number 2 is to nail down the location before setting a date. Again, many times people make the mistake of setting a date and then limiting themselves on the number of available locations. Most likely, your client can be a little flexible when setting that date. Now, if you know the general time frame they prefer, you can find the best locations for your event and then set the date based on the venue's availability. Asking your client for flexibility in the date can open up more venue options and allow you to choose a dream location rather than getting stuck with a mediocre venue. In fact, have you ever planned or attended an event that seemed like the perfect location? Drop a comment below and tell us about it. I'd love to hear about this incredible venue, this incredible thing you had going on, and I'm sure other event planners and managers would love to hear from you as well. All right, tip number 3 is to set the level of formality and make this known to everyone involved. Not only do you need to choose a date and time, but you want to make sure it's clear just how formal or informal your event will be. This can depend on the location, the time of day, the client's preference. Whatever level of formality is chosen, make it clear to your vendors, clients, guests, and key players. You don't want servers showing up to a cocktail party in jeans because they were unaware of the fanciness. You also don't want your client thinking they're paying for a black tie affair if you're planning to serve hot dogs. So when it comes to the level of formality of your event, you want to listen to your client's expectations, plan accordingly, and make sure everyone involved, it's super clear. These last 2 are ways you can really take your event and go above and beyond. All right, so tip number 4, brainstorm ways to make every event unique. Create a work of art, if you will, with your event. So choose vendors, food, activities, and decor that your guests will most likely say, I've never even seen that before. Can you do something unique with your food? Can your caterer, can they have a gourmet popcorn bar or a build your own emoji donut station? Is there a theme that no one would expect? And can you bring that in a fun and exciting way? Is there a local restaurant that might have a secret menu item that most people haven't tried? A lot of really fun ways to bring this to life. Can you brainstorm creative ways to avoid a cookie cutter experience? Don't be afraid to think outside of the box. Take a bold move towards something unique and memorable for your client and for your guest. So this 5th and final tip is to make it engaging. Create an experience, something fun, something folks will talk about later. Engage your guests during an event in a way that they will come away being a better human. Create a remarkable experience. This is something many event managers, they really just don't take the time to incorporate into their event because of time or resources, but I can't say it enough. This is something that can literally make or break your guest experience. This is the biggest tip I can give you, and it's the one we see play out time after time in such a fantastic way here at Elevate. Crowd engagement far outweighs the food, music, decor of any event, and it's the main thing that will leave your guests remarking about their experience. Engaging the guests is one of my absolute favorite elements of any event. And as a gift for you today, I've got a free resource to help you really nail crowd engagement at your next event. You can download this resource using the link in the description, and you'll be on your way to your most exciting event yet. All right, if you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up and let me know you're excited about these 5 event management tips for beginners. Thanks for joining, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on event planning tips and tricks.